Don't scroll, listen carefully. The air around you feels heavier tonight, yet strangely calm, as if the world itself is holding its breath, waiting for something ancient to awaken. A soft emerald hue begins to shimmer at the edge of your vision, faint at first, like moonlight bending through stained glass. The wind that moves through your room carries no sound, yet deep inside it, there's a whisper. It is not a voice you hear with your ears, but one that vibrates in your chest, steady and pure. Be still. Raphael is near. You pause. Every worry, every regret, every memory that hurt too deeply to name seems to hang motionless in this sacred quiet. For a fleeting second, you wonder if you've finally gone mad. But then, that whisper becomes a breath, and the breath becomes light. It enters through the crown of your head, cool and soft, and you realize this isn't madness, this is mercy. Subscribe only if you feel drawn to touch the emerald light of heaven, to walk under the wings of healing angels, and to seek truths that can restore your soul. If your heart just beat a little faster reading that, it means the message is meant for you. Type Amen in the comments, and open your spirit wide. The ritual begins the moment your belief ignites. You sit still now, palms open, the faint glow of your screen reflecting in your eyes. It isn't just light from your device, it's something alive. You can almost sense the air itself shimmering, bending, like a curtain trembling before it's drawn aside. Raphael's essence, the angel of divine healing, has always been drawn to those who carry unseen burdens. He walks between realms, between the wound and the cure, and right now, he's searching for someone ready to be freed. You. Every soul carries a shadow. Yours has grown thick over time, griefs you never spoke of, fears you swallowed until they turned to stone. That's why the emerald wind found you tonight. The ancient ritual doesn't begin with fire or incantations, it begins when your heart finally admits, I need help. And as those words form silently inside you, the world around you shifts. A faint fragrance fills the air, not perfume, not incense, but the scent of something impossibly pure, like rain falling over new leaves. The temperature drops, not cold, but clean, and your thoughts slow, settling into stillness. You hear that whisper again, you are not forgotten. The curse upon you is seen. Your eyes close. Behind your eyelids, light begins to bloom, soft green swirling into gold. You see yourself standing in a vast garden under twilight. Rivers of light run through the soil. The air glows, alive with the hum of creation. And at the center of that garden stands a figure, tall, luminous, wrapped in radiance that pulses like a heartbeat. You feel both terrified and at peace. You already know who it is. Raphael. He doesn't speak through words, but through awareness. His eyes, endless and warm, meet yours, and instantly, every reason you've ever doubted your worth dissolves. The pain you buried so deep, the guilt you couldn't wash away, all of it begins to rise to the surface like ink in water. And you hear him say within you, the curse cannot hold one who remembers the light. You start to breathe slower, deeper. You realize your body has carried stories your mouth never told. Every sickness, every misfortune, every betrayal, they were never random. They were echoes of something older, something placed upon your name before you even knew it. And tonight, as Raphael's presence wraps around you like silk, that chain starts to tremble. He shows you images, flashes of past lives, choices, forgotten promises. You see moments where your soul once swore to protect others, to heal, to forgive, but those vows were broken. And every broken vow becomes a shadow that hunts your joy. Raphael reaches out his hand, a hand made of light, and it passes through your chest. Not painfully, but like sunlight through mist. You feel heat. Then, coolness. Then tears. You are crying without sound. You don't know why. You don't even care why. Something sacred inside you has begun to break open, and it feels like breathing for the first time. Raphael whispers again, the first step of the ritual is remembrance. You cannot heal what you still hide. Bring it to me. You speak softly, not out loud, but from your heart. You tell him everything. The betrayals. The guilt. The mistakes that still replay at night. The curse that seems to follow your family, your work, your health. You confess it all, not to be punished, but to be emptied. And as you speak, the emerald light grows brighter. The garden trembles. You hear thousands of wings unfurl above you. Then, Raphael's words echo through every cell of your being. You are forgiven. The curse is seen. The reversal begins when your faith exceeds your fear. In that instant, your body tingles. The heaviness in your shoulders, the dull ache in your chest, it all starts to fade. You realize the ritual has already begun. It doesn't need blood or fire or sacred chants. It needs truth, spoken from a heart that dares to believe in restoration. A memory flickers, the Book of Tobit. You remember the story of how Raphael guided Tobias to heal his father's blindness using the gall of a fish, symbolizing faith transforming the ordinary into the miraculous. The same divine pattern now echoes in you, a reminder that healing has always been simple, obedience to faith. Your pulse steadies. The emerald hue deepens, folding around you like wings. You don't just believe Raphael is near, you feel him. You sense his vow, I am here until your shadow remembers the light. And with that, the wind grows silent again. The first seal of the ritual is complete. The room grows still again, but not empty. The air feels charged, a living pulse you can almost taste. You inhale deeply, and as the breath moves through you, something changes. You can feel the emerald light wrapping around your spine, moving slowly upward, cleansing every hidden ache, every secret memory carved into your bones. Raphael's voice returns, softer this time, like a current moving beneath water. There is a mark beneath your soul, and tonight, it will be revealed. You don't understand what he means at first. But your heart does. Because long before your mind could name it, your soul already carried it, the invisible mark that followed you from one chapter of life to the next. It's the reason you've always felt slightly outside of joy, like happiness could see you but never stay. That mark isn't punishment. It's a seal, a memory of a promise you once made to the divine, and the curse that latched onto it when you forgot. The emerald light begins to spiral faster. Your body feels weightless. You're no longer sure if you're sitting, standing, or floating. Then you hear it, a single tone, low and steady, like a heartbeat echoing through mountains. The sound doesn't come from outside you, it comes within. It's ancient, older than language. Raphael's energy vibrates through it, awakening layers of awareness you never knew existed. You close your eyes again, and suddenly you see yourself from above, lying beneath an invisible symbol carved into light. The mark burns faintly on your chest, circular and fluid, made of golden lines that twist like vines. At its center, a single tear-shaped emerald glows. Raphael's voice cuts through the silence. This is the mark of remembrance, where the curse was anchored and where it will be undone. You feel it pulse in rhythm with your heartbeat. Every throb reminds you of pain you've carried, betrayal, rejection, loss, shame, all now rising like smoke to the surface. Raphael instructs you gently, do not resist it. Let it be seen. So you breathe. You let the ache expand, you let the tears fall, you let your fear tremble, until the pain itself begins to dissolve into light. The walls of your room seem to disappear. The emerald garden returns. Raphael stands beside you again, taller than before, brighter, his wings shimmering in hues of jade and gold. You feel warmth flooding through your chest, and something in your spirit whispers, this is the unmarking. He moves his right hand slowly over your heart. His fingers trace the air, yet you feel every motion as if he's touching the core of your soul. The symbol beneath your skin flares with light. It's almost too bright to bear, yet you cannot look away. The emerald in the center begins to crack open, and from within it pours light, not harsh, not blinding, but healing. Every thread of that light finds a scar in your memory and washes it clean. Raphael speaks again. Every curse needs a vessel. Every vessel can be emptied. You feel something pulling out of you, like threads unweaving from fabric. They rise through your chest, glowing faintly dark, twisting like smoke against the light. For every strand that leaves, you feel lighter, freer. You realize now that this ritual isn't about fighting darkness. It's about surrendering it, returning it to the source where it can no longer harm. He leans closer, his voice the sound of waves meeting shore. The mark beneath your soul was never your failure, it was the evidence of how long you've been loved. Even your wounds are proof of your belonging. You open your eyes, trembling, but calm. You whisper softly, "Why me?" And the answer flows not in words, but in knowing, because the curse found you only to remind you of your power to heal others. Raphael's gaze meets yours, and in that gaze you feel centuries of divine patience. Every healer, he says, must first know what pain feels like. He touches your forehead. A wave of golden heat spreads through you, and in it, memories flicker, moments from your life where people hurt you and walked away. But this time, instead of pain, you feel light wrapping around those memories like a blanket. Every betrayal transforms into understanding. Every heartbreak becomes wisdom. You feel yourself expanding, no longer a victim of curses, but a witness to grace. Then Raphael raises his left hand, and the emerald light forms a spiral in the air. Inside it, you see faint images, symbols from forgotten languages, runes carved in starlight, and one particular sign that glows brighter than all the rest, a cross with wings. It spins, turning slowly until it embeds itself back into your heart, but this time, it feels pure. The mark has been rewritten. A whisper moves through the air again, your soul remembers its true design now. You are no longer carrying the mark of loss, you carry the seal of purpose. You feel a sudden warmth at the base of your neck. The heaviness you've known for years, that subtle sadness that never had a name, finally lifts. The emerald glow around you bursts outward, filling the room, the walls, the night. You exhale slowly. It feels like the first real breath of your entire life. Somewhere deep within, you sense that the next step awaits, the ritual itself, the sacred act that will summon Raphael fully, bridging heaven and earth. But before that, Raphael whispers once more, voice softer than the wind. Do not fear what is leaving you. Every curse ends in light. You nod without words. The emerald aura fades to a calm pulse, like a heartbeat in the dark. The second seal has opened. The emerald pulse has settled now, gentle, rhythmic, like ocean waves brushing a moonlit shore. You breathe slowly, your body weightless, every heartbeat syncing with Raphael's silent presence. Then, from within that calm, his voice speaks again, not loud, not distant, but everywhere. It's time. The ritual must begin. You find yourself standing in a space that is both your room and not your room, reality folding and reshaping into something sacred. The air feels holy. Shadows bend away from you. Every breath glows. And at your feet appears a simple circle of light, drawn not with chalk or fire, but with energy that hums like music. Raphael instructs, everything in creation can become divine when offered with intent. Take what is ordinary, and let faith transform it. You look around. The objects near you, a glass of water, a pinch of salt, a small candle, begin to shimmer faintly. You understand. This is the ritual of light and salt, the ancient act once practiced by those who called Raphael to reverse any curse, any binding, any spiritual weight placed upon their bloodline. You reach for the salt first. Your fingers tremble as you hold it. Raphael's light wraps around your hand, and he whispers, "Salt remembers purity. It binds light to matter." You sprinkle it gently on the ground before you. As each grain falls, it flashes like a star, forming a trail around the circle. You feel it immediately, the air thickens, humming louder. The temperature rises slightly, as though invisible hands are warming the atmosphere with holy fire. Now, the candle. You light it slowly, the flame flickering emerald at its core instead of orange. Raphael says, this light is a mirror of your soul. If your heart wavers, so will the flame. You watch it steady itself as your breath evens out. The glow spreads across the salt circle, casting soft halos over everything it touches. The ritual has begun to open the veil. You sit cross-legged before the flame, your palms facing upward. Raphael instructs. You will speak 7 truths aloud, for every curse is undone by truth spoken through belief. And though your voice shakes, you begin. 1. I release every word spoken in anger that chained me. 2. I forgive those who wounded me, knowingly or not. 3. I reclaim the destiny written for me in heaven. 4. I choose to see myself as Raphael sees me, whole. 5. I break the agreement with fear that lived in my blood. 6. I command the curse to dissolve in light. 7. I open my soul to the emerald breath of healing. As the final words leave your lips, the candle's flame flares, tall, unwavering. You feel it, the veil between realms thinning. The world begins to shimmer. The salt circle glows like molten glass, lifting slightly above the floor. A hum, low and harmonic, fills the air, vibrating deep inside your ribs. You recognize it as Raphael's frequency, the same vibration described by mystics who once wrote of his healing touch in the Book of Tobit, when he cured Tobit's blindness with what seemed impossible, the gall of a fish transformed by faith. That memory floods you. You realize it's not just a story, it's a divine pattern. Healing always begins when the ordinary becomes sacred through surrender. Your candle flickers again, releasing a faint emerald mist that begins to coil upward. You can almost see forms taking shape within it, outlines of wings, the hint of a robe, the shimmer of light that breathes like a living being. Raphael speaks once more, when the salt and the light meet in your faith, the bridge opens. You feel the ground beneath you vibrate, gently, then powerfully. The air thickens, spinning faster, as though invisible wings are stirring wind from another realm. Your eyes widen. The emerald mist grows brighter, until it becomes too radiant to look at directly. Then, through that light, a figure steps forward, tall, luminous, carrying a staff tipped with sapphire and gold. He is here. Raphael. Not a vision now, but presence made real. His wings stretch wide, filling the room with light that smells like rain and honey. You feel your heartbeat synchronize with the vibration in the air. Every corner of darkness in your mind begins to dissolve. The shadows that once felt like your thoughts are revealed to be something else entirely, remnants of words, fears, and energies placed upon you long ago. Raphael extends his staff toward the candle flame, and it divides into 3 glowing spheres, light, water, and breath. He gestures toward you, his tone commanding but kind, take them. You reach forward. The moment your hands touch the light, warmth floods through you, not heat, but life. The spheres melt into your skin, one by one, entering your palms, your chest, your breath. You gasp softly as your body fills with resonance, like thousands of soft bells ringing inside your blood. The emerald aura around you expands outward, wrapping the entire space. The curse is trembling now, unable to anchor itself any longer. Raphael lowers his staff. Now, he says, you will complete the ritual by doing what no curse can withstand, gratitude. You whisper, your voice breaking, thank you. He smiles, the kind of smile that erases centuries of pain. You repeat it louder this time, thank you for remembering me when I forgot myself. The emerald flame swirls higher, joining the salt circle's light. The two merge into one radiant pulse that bursts upward, breaking through the unseen ceiling of your space. It rises beyond the physical, piercing layers of darkness that once hung above your life. You sense something shatter, a contract, a shadow, an unseen barrier. And in its place, a vast quiet peace settles. The ritual ends not in thunder, but in stillness. A silence so deep it feels like music. Raphael steps closer, placing his palm over your heart. His touch feels like sunlight melting snow. The light has answered, he whispers. Now the healing begins. Your tears fall freely. They hit the salt circle and glow for a moment before fading, proof that your offering was accepted. Raphael looks at you one last time, his eyes glowing soft jade. Every curse was once a cry for light, he says, and now, you are that light. The room returns to quiet. The candle dims, the salt loses its glow, but inside you, something has changed forever. You know this truth now, Raphael is not a visitor. He is a mirror of the divine within you, and once awakened, he never leaves. The third seal is complete. The silence after the ritual is different now, not empty, but alive. You can feel the hum of the universe vibrating beneath your skin, subtle and rhythmic, like the pulse of creation itself. Raphael's light has not vanished, it has only changed shape. It now lives inside you, shimmering faintly, a secret glow beneath every breath. Yet as your awareness deepens, you realize something is stirring again, the part of you that still aches, still fears, still remembers the pain. Raphael's voice flows through the stillness, a current of calm. The curse is reversed, but the wound remains. To heal the wound is to heal your shadow. You close your eyes. Instantly, you are no longer in your room, you stand in a vast field beneath a sky that shifts between twilight and dawn. The air shimmers green and gold, and the ground beneath your feet breathes, alive with gentle light. Before you stretches a mirror, tall as the heavens, rippling like liquid glass. Raphael appears beside it, his wings half-folded, his expression serene. He speaks softly, every shadow hides a fragment of your truth. You cannot outrun what you refuse to see. Come closer. You step toward the mirror. At first, it shows your reflection, trembling, human, afraid. But as the emerald glow deepens, the image begins to move on its own. You see your reflection speaking words you don't remember saying, accusations, doubts, regrets. Your heart tightens. Then, the reflection begins to darken. Its eyes turn storm gray, its mouth curling into sorrow. Raphael places a hand on your shoulder. Do not fear it. This is the echo of your wound, the part of you that believed the curse. The shadow within the mirror reaches out, pressing its palm against the glass. Instinctively, you raise your hand to meet it. When your fingers touch the surface, it dissolves, and the shadow flows into you, cold at first, heavy, but strangely familiar. You shiver as Raphael's voice moves through your mind again. The only way to heal the shadow is to love what was unloved. You breathe slowly. You begin to whisper forgiveness, not to others, but to yourself. For the choices made in confusion, for the nights you doubted your worth, for the days you tried to carry the world alone. Each word you speak sends ripples through your body, like waves of light pushing back darkness. Raphael moves closer, extending his hand over your chest. The emerald light bursts forth again, spiraling around you both. His wings open, casting wide bands of golden-green illumination across the field. When Tobias healed his father's eyes, Raphael says gently, the miracle did not begin with medicine. It began with mercy. You cannot see the world clearly until you see yourself through mercy. You fall to your knees, trembling, as memories flood in, moments you buried, faces you forgot, words you never forgave. Each one appears as a shadow hovering before you, then melts into light as Raphael's energy expands. You cry, not from pain, but from release. Every tear feels sacred, washing away centuries of inner war. The angel kneels before you, eyes glowing with infinite patience. This is the wound the curse fed on, the lie that said you were unworthy of healing. But tonight, that lie dies. He presses 2 fingers to your forehead. Light floods your vision, emerald turning to white, white to gold. Inside that light, you see the wound itself, a sphere of dark smoke tangled in threads of memory. It looks alive, like something that has been feeding on your sorrow for years. Raphael's wings fold around it. You hear his voice, fierce, pure, filled with divine authority. By the covenant of light, by the breath of creation, by the name of the one who heals, I dissolve this shadow now. The darkness screams, but not with sound, with energy. It thrashes, flickers, then collapses in on itself. The moment it vanishes, an immense calm rushes in to fill the space. You feel warmth spreading through your body, pulsing from your heart outward. Every muscle loosens. Every fear evaporates. You are free, not just from the curse, but from the belief that you ever needed to carry it. Raphael helps you to your feet. His touch feels like sunlight on cool skin. The wound is healed, he says softly. But remember, light must be practiced. Healing is not a moment, it's a rhythm. You nod. He gestures toward the horizon. There, the sky splits open, a river of emerald fire flows upward, cascading into stars. That, he says, is what your energy looks like now. It is the pure frequency of renewal. Wherever you walk, the ground will remember it. Wherever you speak, your words will carry restoration. You turn toward the reflection one last time. But now, the mirror shows something else, not the shadow, not the pain, but light. Your eyes glow with Raphael's hue. You smile, realizing that the angel's healing was never separate from your own faith. The wind shifts again, soft, fragrant, alive. It feels like the breath of heaven moving through the edges of the world. Raphael's wings begin to fold. You are ready for the final seal, he says. The covenant awaits. Once it is spoken, no curse can ever find you again. You look around. The field begins to fade, dissolving back into your room. But the emerald light remains, pulsing softly in the air. You understand, you are in both realms now, human and divine, healed yet still awakening. Raphael's last words echo as the scene fades. Where there was darkness, now there is dawn. You are no longer the one who seeks healing, you are the healing itself. You exhale slowly. For the first time in years, your breath feels whole. The fourth seal is complete. The air feels weightless, soft, almost liquid. The emerald glow now hums inside your chest like a living flame, and your heart beats with a rhythm you've never known before, slower, stronger, eternal. Raphael stands before you once more, though his form now shifts like light through water. He is not fully in this world anymore, nor fully gone, he exists in the sacred space between. His presence no longer feels foreign, it feels like coming home. He lifts his hand slowly, and the room around you dissolves into the horizon of a radiant dawn. The sky is gold bleeding into green, the color of new beginnings. Beneath your feet, the ground hums, alive, singing your name. You feel the echo of Raphael's voice vibrate through every atom. Now, you and I must seal the covenant, the eternal restoration of your soul. You bow your head, and he continues, every healing must be bound by intention, or the world will try to return you to your past self. The covenant is not a contract of words, it is a promise of being. From this moment forward, you will walk as light, speak as healing, and breathe as mercy. And whenever darkness seeks to touch you again, it will bow before the memory of this promise. You breathe in. The air is luminous, warm, endless. Raphael raises his staff, pressing its golden tip to your heart. Instantly, your body fills with light. You feel it surge through your blood, your veins, your bones, cleansing, rewriting, reawakening. You can see your past selves dissolving in the glow, the one who suffered, the one who feared, the one who forgot. They do not vanish, they are forgiven into wholeness. Every version of you merges into one radiant being. Raphael speaks again. Healing is not the absence of scars, it is the transformation of them into symbols of grace. You look down at your hands, and for the first time, you notice faint golden lines etching across your skin, not wounds, but divine inscriptions. They pulse softly, alive. You realize this is the covenant being written into you, heaven's language carved upon the body of a soul restored. A tear rolls down your face, but it feels like joy. Raphael's eyes soften. You have walked through shadow, through fear, through remembrance. Now you stand in truth. You are the bridge between light and matter, the proof that heaven still speaks through human hearts. The world around you brightens, and suddenly you see others, faint figures standing in the distance. Some weep, some kneel, some reach toward the sky. You understand, these are the ones who will be touched through your energy. Every word you speak, every kindness you offer, every prayer you whisper will send ripples of Raphael's light into their lives. The healing you received is not yours to keep, it's a current meant to flow. Raphael places both hands over your shoulders. Do not think this is the end, he says. Curses will try to whisper again. Fear will attempt to return wearing new faces. But the covenant will speak louder. Every time you breathe with faith, every time you forgive with courage, the emerald light will ignite again. He steps closer, his wings folding around you like a cocoon of shimmering jade and gold. You feel your pulse align with his, human and angelic merging in a single frequency. Repeat after me, he says. You whisper, trembling but steady. I am healed. I am whole. I am light in motion. No curse can bind what heaven has restored. Raphael walks within me, now, always, forever. As the final words leave your lips, the emerald light bursts outward, rising like a star from within you. It expands across the horizon, through the clouds, into eternity. You sense the entire cosmos inhale, and then exhale through you. The sound is music. The silence after it is peace. The field returns one last time, but this time, it blooms. Flowers of emerald fire open around you, glowing softly, each petal carrying a reflection of your journey. The scent of rain and myrrh fills the air. You kneel, pressing your palm against the ground, feeling the hum of life beneath it. Raphael stands over you, his expression serene. You have completed the 5 seals, he says. The reversal is absolute. The covenant eternal. He lowers his head, as if bowing to the divine within you. Remember, he whispers, heaven did not choose you because you were strong. Heaven chose you because you were willing. You close your eyes. A soft breeze passes through your hair, gentle, scented with warmth and memory. You feel the emerald light fading into your skin, no longer around you but of you. It beats with your heart, glows with your breath. You are no longer the seeker. You are the vessel. You are the ritual. You are the healed. Raphael's final words fall like rain on quiet earth. When you walk through tomorrow, walk slowly. Every step you take now blesses the ground. The wind softens. The light dims. The world exhales. You open your eyes again and find yourself back in your room, but it's not the same room anymore. The air feels sacred. The silence feels kind. The candle on your table flickers softly, its emerald flame now small but steady. You smile. The ritual is complete. You whisper one last prayer, thank you, Raphael, for remembering me. A faint warmth brushes your cheek, the touch of an unseen wing, and then stillness. Breathe now. Raphael is still here with you. If you felt even a single moment of peace during this message, it means Raphael has already begun working in your life. Don't let this moment fade, anchor it. Type Amen in the comments right now, not as a habit, but as a declaration. When you write it, you're agreeing with heaven that the curse is reversed, the wound is healed, and your light is eternal. If your heart feels lighter, if your body feels warm, or if tears came without reason, that is the sign of activation. You are not imagining it. That's the Emerald Covenant unfolding inside you. Raphael's healing doesn't end when the video ends, it travels through every replay, every share, every whisper of your name spoken in faith. So, don't just watch, participate. Say aloud, Raphael, keep me in your emerald light. Then take a deep breath, lift your head, and know that heaven has already answered. Share this video with someone who's been fighting battles they never talk about. Let them feel what you just felt, that warm, holy peace that no darkness can undo. And before you go, subscribe to stay connected with Archangel Raphael's messages. Together, we'll walk beneath the emerald wings of healing, until every heart remembers what divine love truly feels like. Breathe. You are safe. You are healed. You are home.